We're live.
Hey, I don't know if anyone's here, but so we'll wait like a couple minutes.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to find the actual live on YouTube so that I can look.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't even know how to. Ooh, okay. Okay, so I can't see any comments. Should I be on the...
Oh, you have an ad at the front of it. Okay.
Okay, I can see Hanan talking on here, but I can't see on here. I don't know how to use this stuff. Help me out.
Well, usually the comments should come here. I don't know if they're behind. See, there's somebody else saying hi too.
Yeah, I can't see it on the thing.
I can't see it either. Wonderful.
Sorry guys, we'll wait a couple minutes until we figure this out. Oh, okay, it says YouTube. Am I on private? No, it's public. So do you think I'm...
I was on a live the other day, not on the live, but I was watching a live the other day, and she was saying she was having trouble with the comments loading too.
Oh, it says I'm private. How do I not... Of course, I made this mistake straight away. How do I make it not private? Settings?
It says private for you. There is a private chat and a regular chat.
No, it says the whole like live stream is private, so I can't put on comments. I think that's the reason, but I don't know how to make it not private.
Can you go back to the, like in another screen, can you go back to StreamYard and look at like, you know how you set it up?
Yeah,
okay. That and change the settings still?
Maybe, let me check. Okay, public. Let's see if that works. Hope it works, otherwise. Okay, I've made it public on that, but I don't know if it... Maybe I need to enter the... How am I trying to enter again on another link? Sorry, guys. Okay, enter. Yes, yes.
Did it work?
Okay, now let me...
Oh, there it is.
It's still open right now. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh wait, now there's two of you here. I'm so annoyed.
I don't see two of you. That's good. Oh no, I do.
That's honestly, that is scary. How do I get rid of it? This is advanced. How do I kick someone out? Because this bit is annoying.
At the bottom, it should. Yes. Yeah. Okay.
I think I removed it. No, I can still hear this. Ah! Okay. Hello. Am I?
I don't hear double anymore.
Okay, I'm just gonna have to hear double and be okay with it because I don't know.
Do you have the YouTube? Do you have the YouTube? It's back. Do you have the YouTube thing on as well? The video.
Oh. I think this is good. I think this works. Okay, sorry for the delay, guys. I don't know how to do this. I'm terrible at lives. I mean, this is my only one, but okay. Let's start. Hi, Hanan.
Hi.
Hi. Hi.
That's so sweet.
Yes, Anya. It's not private, I don't think. Okay, yeah, it was just private for me, so I couldn't see any of the comments, but now I can, so it's cool. So good already. It's honestly a mess. Okay. Hi. So first, should we discuss like we're gonna go into? Oh, Rachel.
Hello.
Hi. Thanks for coming, guys. I honestly didn't expect anyone to show up.
I told you there's an ad at the.
Thanks for coming. Oh wait, Steph, I can't hear you.
Oh, you can't. Oh no. Can anybody else hear me?
Are you talking, Steph?
Uh-huh.
Okay, guys, can you let us know if you can hear Steph? Because I don't know if is it a me problem. You can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Why can't I hear you?
You can
Steph, I hear you. Okay, Steph is. So I'm the problem, I think. Steph left, but I think she's gonna come back. Let's just wait for her, guys. One sec. I can't see Steph anymore. Oh, okay. Hi.
Hi.
Okay, I can hear you. I can hear you. Oh, thanks for coming. I can't believe people are here. Hi. Okay, you can hear both of us. Cool.
They can't hear you. They can't hear you. I don't matter.
Okay, so first we're gonna like keep it non-spoilery, and then we're gonna put a spoilery tab on when we start talking spoilers because I know how to do that. Yeah. So first we're gonna go through. Has everyone read it here? If you have, let us know what you rated it. Steph, do you want to go first? How you found the book in general?
I think we kind of talked about this. I liked a lot of the parts where we were learning more about Aes Sedai and the women, but most of like Rand and Perrin and Matt's perspectives, I don't know. I think you said it really well when we were kind of chatting about it. Just felt like it was the same storyline as the first book put into this one with like a different outcome, the Horn.
Mm-hmm.
So I have mixed feelings. I think if I had to give it a rating right now, I would give it a 3 stars.
Okay. I feel similarly about the plot. It felt a bit repetitive, but I was leaning between 3.5 and 4 stars. But I feel like I can't give it 4 stars because of how long it took me to read this book.
Yeah.
me and Steph took so long to read this book, and maybe because we were both in reading slumps, that didn't help. But it took so long. So by the end of this, I want to decide whether to give it a 3.5 or 4 stars. That's my thought process here.
And we weirdly finished on the same day.
Literally. We were not pushing each other. Every time we spoke about the book, we were like, are you still reading it? Yeah, I guess. Yeah. We just weren't taking it seriously. Thanks, Anya. Finished, haven't made. Okay. Hanan started this like Monday. Monday. I think it was Monday. That is crazy. I don't know how you managed to finish it.
I don't know how you did it either.
But we appreciate you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Our favorite, our number one.
Exactly. So yeah, what did you guys rate the book and how did you find it overall? If you've read it, maybe you haven't and you're ready to get spoiled. Not yet, but yeah, we'll keep it spoiler free for now. So yeah, who was your favorite character from this book? If you had to say.
That's hard. I started to really like Min and Egwene a lot more. Thank you, Rachel. Yeah. And Perrin, I really like Perrin.
I always loved Perrin. From book one, I was like, the only guy character in the whole series that I feel attached to, any attachment to.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I was expecting, I don't know, I had high expectations for this one because Eye of the World, the pacing was slow, but I was very forgiving because I was like, obviously there's a lot of world building, but this, like, the plot for this felt very similar to the other one. Like, it just felt like the same kind of vibe.
Yeah, I feel like the thing that saved this book the most for me really was the women. Sorry, I'm looking at Rachel's comment. My favorite character was the wheel.
In case you guys haven't noticed, Rachel has not read this book.
Yeah.
We appreciate you for being here. This family, it's okay. Nynaeve. Okay. Yeah. I really believe that Nynaeve was the star of this book. Like, I know that I don't think she's like a well-loved character of all the main characters in general. But
which is so weird to me.
That's so, like, in the first book, she was okay. Like, I wasn't feeling any strong feelings towards her. But in this book, I'm obsessed with her. Like, I'm her number one fan. I'm obsessed. Especially, do you know? Yeah, go on.
No, go on.
Do you know that chapter? I think it's called The Testing or something?
Yes. Yes. I meant to message you about that, but then I figured we should just talk about it on the live.
Yeah, I wanted to send you that art I found for it. I need to show it to you. I'll send it to you after. But wait, is that spoiling? are we getting...
You were not saying anything.
Okay, we'll get into that later. But
yeah. Yeah, I felt like in the first book, Nynaeve was someone that I was suspicious of because I felt like there were certain people, even Tom, I was like very suspicious of Tom as well in the first book. They were the two characters that didn't really make sense to me. I didn't understand how she even found them. Like, that explanation was sus.
Oh, okay. Were you thinking like Dark Friend?
Yeah, so I thought like maybe she was not a good character, but then by the end I was like, I love her.
Okay, that I can't believe you thought that. I never thought that, but I thought she was just a bit annoying. Because I was like, is that like, okay, in the first book I thought the characters were a bit like underdeveloped. Like I felt like he gave everyone a trait and then that was about it. So with Nynaeve, I thought she was like, oh, I'm grumpy, and I thought that was her only like personality. But now in this book, I feel like there's so much more to her. Like, I'm obsessed. She's so cool. She's just so
especially because they gave you that whole relationship with her and Lan, and how that is kind of playing out, and the fact that like there's this, would you call it like a forbidden element, or is it just because he doesn't want to commit to that relationship?
Yeah, is it forbidden for Waters can marry?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure they can marry. I don't know if it's forbidden, but that, like, I did not care for that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm dead. These comments.
The Wheel of Fortune really was the star of the show.
I agree. The prologue made me suspicious of everyone and the new conflicts in this book. So she's like, okay, if there's something that Robert Jordan does well, I think he does prologue so well. Like, in the prologue of both the first book and the second book, I was like, that is good. Like,
because I remember reading and I also had that like random section where I guess they were trying to market Wheel of Time to teenagers. So they had like a whole section in the beginning of the first book that's about Egwene and this little festival that they're having. I think it was like the Butter Festival.
Yeah, I didn't get that in my book.
Yeah, and so I was like really confused because at first I was like, wait, I thought this book was about a guy, a teenage boy. And then it's from her perspective and she talks about Rand and the other guys, and like it was actually pretty cool because you get to know a little bit more about how the town works, and especially the how the women's circle works. But then it went into the prologue with the two other characters, and I was like, whoa, this is kind of badass.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. I feel like was it Lews Therin? You see Lews Therin in the prologue of the first book. Yeah. That was it, and then it turns into a tree or a mountain or something.
Yeah, because it introduces you into like their conflict, and that's what I think is so cool about these books, that it does keep me really interested, is the fact that like regardless of who Rand is in this book, it doesn't really matter because he's almost not his own person.
Literally,
which I won't say why because that's spoilers. But I think that's what makes Rand's character interesting, because otherwise I don't really find Rand to be a very interesting or compelling character.
I agree. It's what he represents.
Yes.
Because him as a character is so, like, there's nothing good. There's not much going on with him, but his potential.
Love it.
Yeah. Okay. Moraine. Okay, I don't think we got nearly enough Moraine in this book, but the bits we got, like, okay, I mean, is this a spoiler? Okay, I won't get into spoilers, but the bit at the beginning with the Armelin seat, that was really interesting.
Yeah.
Her whole relationship.
Yeah, because it's one of those things where you finally, I think I said this to you about the first book, where when I love Moraine's character, but you really don't have any idea about her intentions with this whole situation.
Exactly.
Because it was so random that she ends up in Two Rivers just by chance. And by chance, there's the attack, and then the whole story begins where she takes these boys with him, and no one questions her intentions. No one questions who she is. No one questions.
That's a theme in these books.
Yeah, these kids,
following.
These kids have really no regard for their safety.
They're so dumb. Like, the thing is, I know I'd be just as dumb, but that's not the point. The book isn't about me; it's about them, and they're being very dumb.
Yeah.
That's what I'd say. Definitely.
I feel that, and I especially think that, like, regardless of the fact that I don't like him much in these books, it's not even that I don't like him, I just don't know him, and I feel like the things we get to know aren't anything that I couldn't have just guessed about him as a teenager. But I do think because of what his story is probably going to be, and then what, like, his purpose is shaping up to be, that he's going to be really interesting by the end.
I agree. Like, he still has potential. It's just he hasn't hooked me yet.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm glad that you get that moment with Moraine. I'm glad you get that moment with Moraine in the beginning, because you finally understand her intentions for the most part.
Yeah, I agree. Like, now I have a reason to be, like, attached.
Yeah,
they are pretty, like, I mean, if anyone's going to be sheltered, it's going to be them, because they don't know what's going on. Also, Perrin, I don't think we got nearly enough Perrin in this book. Like,
I thought we were going to see Elias again.
Oh, there was a mention of him.
Yeah, it was just like mentioned. Yeah.
Are we not going to see Elias again?
I find it hard to believe.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll come back later when I've already forgotten who that character is. I feel like.
Well, I just really liked his character. Also, his name is Elias, and you know, Ember in the Ashes writes. But
he's not my favorite character. I can't lie to you. In Ember of the Ashes, I mean, like, he's okay.
I get that. People call him a fuckboy. I get it.
Yeah, not my type. But Perrin, we were talking about how everyone keeps flirting with Rand. What about Perrin?
What is so great about Rand?
I don't get it. Like, Perrin has an axe. Like, what more can you want in a man?
Golden axe.
Oh, yeah, exactly. What? And they're looking at Perrin. I mean, they're looking at Rand. Like, why?
Makes no sense.
Perrin, do you remember that one joke Perrin told? I don't know why, but I cackled, because I was like, I just didn't expect it from Perrin. Do you know that they're at the setting, and then he calls, like, they're talking about a girl that liked Matt, and then he's like, she had a face like a goat. I did not expect that. I was like, oh.
Damn, Perrin, he has jokes too.
Exactly, he's a funny man. He made one joke. How can you not be obsessed with that? I don't know. But yeah, I loved Perrin. I loved Nynaeve. I loved Egwene as well. Egwene had a very interesting.
Oh my god, her story, that was very unexpected to me.
Yes, that was okay. As soon as it got to that part in the story, obviously we're not saying because no spoilers, but as soon as it got to the part, I was screaming. Like, from that book on, I had amnesia. Like, from that point, I was like, I forgot everything that I went through before that, because I was like, this is so good.
I know, it was almost like, never mind, this book is amazing, 5 stars. I forgot it.
I had to remind myself, because I was like, don't forget how long it took you to read this book. But I swear to God, if we're just rating on the end of the book, it would have been 5 stars for me. Yeah, that was an incredible ending. That was so amazing. But yeah, should we get into spoilers?
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah, okay. We're getting into spoilers now, guys. So if you don't want to be spoiled, thanks for coming. So let me put on my amazing sticker. Look at this color, guys. I made this myself.
2 hands. Your own 2 hands.
Miss Google. Wait. Yeah. Okay, so obviously, because now we're talking about spoilers, Egwene, at the end, she gets captured by the Damani. And that was mad. Like, I was screaming, the whole concept of the Damani.
The caller.
Ah, and the fact that you know the intentions, and the fact that if you hit the sword arm, the Damani fills it twice over. Beautiful, beautiful. Like, I haven't even heard of that concept. Like, it was.
It's also so smart because it would prevent any Aes Sedai or anybody who can channel to ever be able to like get themselves free because they would feel the pain.
Exactly. It uses their own strength against them.
That was smart. I feel like that's one of the smarter things that Robert Jordan added into these books.
100%. Because obviously everything seems so based off of like is nothing we haven't seen anything new so far. Because obviously like this is so old, and then, you know, I assumed everything was gonna be like Lord of the Rings. But now I feel like it's starting to branch off.
Yeah.
And it's pretty interesting.
Someone told me in my comments of the Wheel of Time video that the second book is when Robert Jordan starts to take this into his own hands, like making it his own world. Because I know the first one is very much influenced by Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
So apparently this one, somebody was like, yeah, I consider the second book the beginning of the series rather than the first book.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because if this was the first book, I would have been hooked. But the fact that we've already seen a lot of this before and it feels repetitive was my main problem.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, the Sean Chan, they were interesting. The whole place was like, that whole place was very creepy. The bald guy with the two nails.
Mm-hmm.
And then, oh my gosh, that scene where he dies and then the two servants kill themselves.
Yeah, the one thing that Robert Jordan does really well is he'll make like really, I guess you could say it's mundane fight scenes really, really interesting because he does like these weird twisted things in them. Sometimes I think you could glaze over in a fight scene, but stuff like that happens and you're like, you're
right. To be honest, I'm so surprised because now we know, like with the fight scenes, and I felt like the last scene with the battle with Arthur Hawkwing, right? We'll get back into that, but that whole scene was so like it happened so short, and it makes me think like Robert Jordan clearly can make concise scenes. Mm-hmm. So where was that when the plot was less popping? You know, like he was just dragging it out. I don't understand that logic, but the ending was wow. Favorite running gag in the series.
Yeah, that is very true.
It makes sense because Rand would be like, Perrin would know how to talk to, and then Rand would be like, like they would both think each other would, and it's like Perrin doesn't talk to girls. Why would you even think that?
No one knows with Perrin, Rand. Where are you getting this information?
Yeah, at least with Rand, I can understand. No, at least with Perrin, I understand where he got the information from because I guess maybe he thinks him and Egwene are more, you know. Mm-hmm. But Perrin has no love interest. He doesn't even speak to the guys. He doesn't speak to the guys. He doesn't.
He barely even speaks at all. He just
literally only speaks to the wolves. Like that's all he cares about. Why would Rand assume it? That's just funny.
And Matt is over here trying to pine after a dagger, so I don't understand that either.
No, I was not mad at how little. Did we get a Matt POV? I don't think we did.
Not really. No, the most I remember about Matt in this book is just like him. For some reason, the scene where he can sense the dagger in that town and he's like freaking out because they're not going there right away. That's what I remember most about Matt.
He was just like trying to get his crack. Like, I mean,
he's like, just give me my fucking dagger, you guys.
Exactly. He was like touching, and like his face is like all hollow. And he wants his dagger. Like, can you blame me?
I just need my dagger.
No, give me my dagger. Oh my god. Also, when. Wait, is that from the scene at the White Tower?
I think so.
Oh, yeah, I think that was just something to scare her. That wasn't real.
So how do you feel about the fact that Egwene is, I forgot what they called it, but she's a seer, like she can possibly...
Dreamer.
Dreamer, that's what it is.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but that sounds sick.
Yeah.
Like
I love it. I love the concept. Like, okay, the Aes Sedais and their ranking, like the red and the green, and the fact that each one has a specific thing that they do or they focus on, and the fact that like they kind of don't like each other for certain reasons.
Yeah. And I'm starting to understand why as well.
Yeah. It's so interesting to me.
It's so interesting. Like the fact that like I get the vibe of the brown Adja, they're just like trying to do their thing. They're just trying to mind their own business. What was Varen? I liked Varen. She was cool. Like she was literally, she did not care. She only cares about learning. Like she doesn't care about, because they were like, Moraine was ready to use the one power against her. Remember in the room when she overheard or something, and then Varen was minding her own business. Like she was just like, girl, I'm just trying to find information.
You brought me into this.
Exactly. Like, why am I even? I don't know. I thought she was really cool. The red. Okay, this was stupid. Do you know when Nynaeve and Egwene what happened? Do you know that scene where they're leaving with Leandrin and Leandrin's like, "Come on, don't tell anyone. Let's leave."
Oh yeah, okay. I knew from the moment. I was like, she's gonna do something to you guys.
Come on, she is Red Adja. Like, why would you assume? I mean, I don't want to make generalizations, but she was literally, don't tell anyone. Excuse me, I will tell someone. They're lucky they even got Elaine and Min with them, because
Min became, especially in the last couple of scenes, I love Min. I also think it's hilarious that she loves Rand.
It's literally so stupid. Like, I was loving her character because she seems very quick and like she's very like says what she's thinking. She seems really fun, but like when she did the whole Rand thing, I was like, why? Why do
I'm like, what is it about Rand and you women?
And even I feel like Min even knows she's being stupid, because in her internal dialogue, she's like, why am I even doing this? Like, do you know when she clung to Rand when he was in the bed?
Yes, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, that made no sense. Sorry, exactly.
Honestly. But apparently people like love Matt.
Yeah, I saw the tweets when they were like in Reddit, apparently they die hard for Matt. Make that make sense. Maybe book 10 or I don't know.
I think Rachel from Shipwrecked Library likes Matt too. I saw a tweet today, something about Matt being her baby, and I was like,
something crazy must happen Is she reading?
Yeah, I'm assuming that something has to happen where you start to like him.
Yeah. He does have potential for growth, because right now he's -1. So obviously, like, anyway.
Well, can't he really only hurt Rand? Like, I think that the boys dream about him, but isn't it only Rand who gets hurt from him because he is the Dragon Reborn?
Yeah, because I don't think that he's been able to touch anyone else. I don't know. Wait, which one's that? Who's Professor Sprout?
Professor Sprout is the woman who...
Oh, the plants.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, I see that. Oh, yeah. But then again, wait, yeah, not all Red Adja are bad. Like, they're not all Black Adja, but they're just weird. Red Adja in general. Because Black Adja are the people who follow the Dark One.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, wait. We'll get back to that one sec. Red is us for real. Indeed does weave. Exactly. I thought she felt like. I don't want to. Those three, I love their friendship. Yeah, I love their friendship. I feel like they, in that tiny bit that we got build up for them three's like friendship. Rand, Matt, and Perrin don't even have that, and we've seen so much of them, in my opinion.
I find it interesting. So, I mean, I guess we don't really know about their relationship back in Two Rivers, even though the Egwene perspective that they added to my first book kind of shows them as being mischievous friends together. But I feel like, and maybe it's just because they're all going through stuff, but I feel like they don't really have that great of a friendship. Like, it's not a friendship where I'm like, man, I want that friendship. Do Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I feel like every time I read about friendships in books, I'm just like, you guys are so cute. But these two are just constantly bickering, and Matt is so ready to snake Rand every, like, do you know at the beginning?
Honestly, it feels like he just hates him. It feels like they were very like jealous of one another. Perrin is the only one that's just like
trying to mind his own.
He's just like, fuck, I'm a wolf man and I need to figure that out.
Oh my god. Literally, do you know, the way I eat up that storyline, do you know that one scene we got in this book where he was talking to the wolves? Like one scene, we got one scene, and I was like, yes. So good. Like Matt and that dagger, I was like ready for it.
I really, really hope that in the next couple of books we start to get more about that. That's why I think Elias will come back into the story.
Honestly, I hope so, because yeah, I love that. Oh yeah, we saw that.
Yeah, they shared them, but I think Rand was the only one that got touched, right?
Wait, what's that word? What does that mean?
You know, when I believe this is what it was, when Egwene had her first dream, and that's when they figured out she was probably a dreamer. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That could go really well. Like, I'm just any Aes Sedai content, I eat up. I love it.
Yeah.
Even just the details, like even that hole in the wall that they were talking about, where Elaine and Egwene can both hear each other crying at night. Oh, I just love that. It's so cute.
I feel like that's the thing that's so interesting about this story in general, is that like clearly Rand is the chosen one here, and like his story is going to become, as these books go on, and his story is going to become more and more and more important than everybody else's, because he has shit to get done. But I do think it's interesting because even in the first book, I felt like despite Rand's position in these books, he's the least developed, and I get that that's probably because it's going to come with his arc of everything else. But I feel like, I don't know, the moment you met Moraine, it was like she was well fleshed out, she was interesting, you wanted to know more about her. When you started to get to know that Egwene had probably the power to channel, that became really interesting, that she kind of just embraced it. And now even in the second book, the women are just more interesting. Like they have better storylines. And I'm curious about that. Like I'm curious how that plays out, because obviously the Aes Sedai are important, and we've seen that from the beginning, despite people being scared of them and not liking them or having prejudice against them. They obviously are very important and will be even more important in the future. But it's really interesting to me how he's written these characters.
Yeah, because clearly he knows how to write characters really well. So I assume like the other characters are going to reach the same level. It's like, when? Like, I want it to happen now. You
know? Okay.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I'm interested to see. The thing is, one thing I really like is the fact that they're all three of the guys are Ta'veren. So like that means they're both. I mean, I assume that means they're all gonna get like mad storylines, and I'm trying to see how that goes.
That is the one thing about Rand that I do find interesting when he starts talking about it, is that his dad isn't his real dad, and he's like actually struggling with that.
Yeah,
and he goes back and forth between saying like, despite everything, he's my dad, but then he does that thing where he's like, I can't believe he's not my dad. Why didn't he tell me these things? You know, it's really interesting how he struggles with that.
Yeah,
it just feels real.
Because every time he thinks about it, it's like he's putting it out of his head until it pops up, and he's like, yeah. So in the first book, we mostly got one POV. Rand was mostly it, and then like two other POVs here and there. But this one was more mixed. It was Rand, and then it was the girls, but mostly Rand again. Yeah, I assume it's gonna get way bigger as we go on. How does she know this? And she was Googling.
I was like, wait, what?
I was like, I don't even know what groans are. Is that that was so interesting that he went to an alternate dimension. Like,
Yeah.
that was cool. Rachel, I don't even know how she got this information.
I don't. She's
that
probably
was, yeah, she's really ruining the series for herself. Stop, Rachel. It was so good that like when they went to that alternate dimension, and it was like a potential like one of the ages that could have been or something like that. I thought that was really cool.
That was, yeah.
Yeah, but later when they tried to do it again, he teleported and he went forward in time.
Yeah. And they were like, what are you doing?
They just rolled with it. At first they were like, huh? And they're like, okay, cool, we're in autumn, let's go.
I know, they're like, all right.
Literally, you guys time skipped. You should be freaking out a bit more.
I know. But that's like the thing about Robert Jordan's books that I do think is redeemable, regardless of how long it's kind of taken us to get through the second book. Mm-hmm. I do think that there are like these really, really cool moments that are extremely memorable to me and make me excited for where this series could potentially go.
Yeah.
I do feel like, hopefully, he does add things into the books that maybe at the time feel out of place or weird or like, where is this coming from? Mm-hmm. But later, they sometimes become important or are mentioned. And so I figured that anything that's put in the first two books that we don't understand right now will become important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 100%. Like you can definitely see that he's like sprinkling things in early on and you're like, that feels like it's going to be important. Maybe.
Yeah, because it was even like how Rand met the Queen's daughter in the first book.
Elaine.
And then she's back in this book.
That was one of my favorite scenes from the first book. I was like, this is gonna be big, like very important. Also, there was this I was going through like I tabbed like things that felt important, like moments, and there was this one where Elaine was like, something like Min saw a vision of a cut off hand. I don't know what that is. That sounds like it's gonna be important. I don't know what that means. Yeah, I'm excited. I feel like it has a lot of potential.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just he's very what's the word? Passive in his story. But things are just happening kind of to him.
Like when he was, what was that girl's name? Was her name Celine or something like that? Where he was
we need to talk about her.
He was never really
she was Lanfear at the end, I think.
Oh, you're right. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So she's a Forsaken. So she was literally like, okay, she said that she was she's done this before, like she was like Lews Therin is mine.
Yeah, okay, you're right. Sorry.
That was really
we both knew. I remember messaging you and being like, this is a choice.
What, her being Lanfear?
No, the fact that he's like obsessed with her and you can't.
I know. I was like, are you dumb? Like, but then I get it, she seems to have some kind of power.
Yeah.
But now that she's a Forsaken, I checked, I mean I didn't Google it, but I checked at the back what Forsaken means because I forgot. And it means it's like the Aes Sedai, the ancient Aes Sedai. I think there was like 13 of them or something who submitted to the Dark One for immortality.
Yeah.
That's gonna be so good. That sounds really cool. She doesn't know what she's talking about. Don't listen to Rachel.
She hasn't read it.
Yeah, that's what I've been tabbing every new character description.
Yeah, that is definitely my problem sometimes. Like,
yeah, I never know.
We'll be talking about something or someplace, and I have to go back and remind myself what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. That's true.
Yeah, that's interesting. The ways as well. I really love that in the first book, like exploring that, and we saw that in this book as well. But that was definitely very cool.
That's good.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I can't believe Arthur Hawkwing is like he came back. That was huge. Like I can't believe he just popped up. He was like, "Hey, what's up?"
Hey guys.
Are we supposed to be dead, Arthur? Like, what are you doing here? He was like, I saw the banner of the dragon. I was like,
and I was like, "What's? I'm here, guys."
And then you know when he was like, one of the companions was like to Rand, "Oh, you always have a questionable like taste in women or something. You always go for the something ones." I was like, "Oh my god!" Like, maybe they're talking about Lanfear because Lanfear was like Lews Theren's mind, so maybe she's like gotten him in previous ages.
Yeah, it always makes me wonder about Rand, like when we meet another character who isn't somebody that's in their like core group that already knows Rand.
Yeah.
It always makes me wonder when people say things about Rand, are they talking about Rand or are they talking about
Yeah. Also, like in every age, like Lews Theren keeps like coming up, right? So is it Lews Theren every time, or is it different people? But he keeps calling them Lews Theren because he's clearly attached to Lews Theren. But I don't know. That was interesting because he was like, "Oh, you've submitted to me before." So in a previous age, he's submitted to Ba'alzamon, maybe.
I figured that it's always the same person. It's just one of those situations where he embodies a new person, or it's part of his lineage. I wasn't sure if it was. Obviously, we're going to find out later on, but I was never sure if it was that it was a lineage thing, or because obviously we don't know who Rand's parents are, or if he like embodies that person throughout time.
Yeah, maybe. So maybe do you think that they might look the exact same but different names?
I don't know. I didn't know if he just like chose someone. So I don't know how to explain it. What I'm thinking. Like, I think in my mind, I always thought that Rand is just like a puppet in this. But now that you say that, I do wonder if it's just because it's his lineage. So at a certain point in time, he is the Dragon Reborn all the time.
Yeah, maybe the next book will, because it's called The Dragon Reborn.
Yeah.
I think he accepted it. In the end of this book, he was like, he made a choice.
Yeah.
So I assume he's accepted his thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so bad to have a bad memory. Like, right now, I might have theories, but I'll forget. One big time. Rachel.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You did good not.
Lanfear seems scary.
Scary. But yeah, literally.
Yeah. Especially now, like at first I feel like Celine felt kind of boring because I was like, maybe she's like some royalty who's bored and got lost. But now that I know she's Lanfear, I'm scared. I am.
Scared?
Yes. Thank you for your input, Rachel.
Thank you.
So, okay. Yeah. Because right now things are just happening to him and but I trust the fact that he said at the end of this book, he accepted, possibly, that he's the Dragon Reborn. So I expect him not to be complaining all the time now. Hopefully.
You accepted it. You need to shut up and just
exactly. You said it, right? We were there when you said it. You can't take it back.
We were all there. You can't take it back. You knew it was going to be tough.
So it's a bit late. Okay. My favorite character was Nynaeve. Number one. Absolutely amazing. Queen.
Yeah, I love Nynaeve. Before it was always Moraine and Perrin and why do I always forget his name? He's not even
Lan?
Huh?
Lan?
No, dude.
The sniffer.
No, he's not human. He looks like
my god, Loyal.
Yes, there we go.
Loyal.
Yeah.
That is so cute. Oh my gosh. And
he's the best. And he always is like, he's always there for Rand, even though he's constantly sidelining Rand. He's constantly like,
he's like, what? He's like, I'll follow you, but around, like,
he's like,
you're a bit embarrassing. Oh my god, do you know when he went to the steading, when they went to the steading, and he was like, oh, I'm never gonna have a wife. My mom can't tie me down. And then he sees one of the girls, like he spoke to one of the girls. He's like, maybe I don't need an adventure after all.
I love Loyal so much.
I'm
so glad that he's stuck with this story.
Yeah, and I'm so glad we're gonna see him straight away. Like he's been cast for season 1. So. Still looking for him. Still looking for who? Oh, are they looking for Rand? Oh, okay. Because they're trying to. I don't know. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, yeah. So that's more. That makes more sense to me than what I think I initially thought. I don't know why my brain went to like he's being possessed.
Honestly, why not? Like, why not? Anything can happen, really. Wow, okay. Okay. Because the whole Arthur Hawke thing, first of all, that sounds a lot like King Arthur. Wasn't that his name? No? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that whole thing just is cool. Like, they're back from the dead. Does that mean they're back, like, they're back? Or are they going back to sleep after they kill all the Sean Chan people?
Oh, that's a good question.
I don't know. Are they temporary?
Somebody, okay, so I'm not gonna say anything detailed about this, but I don't remember it being called the Tower of Midnight, but somebody on Twitter kind of spoiled something for me.
No.
Yeah, so they ended up deleting it because they didn't realize I was only
on the thread.
Yeah,
but
it was something about the tower thing. So I do know that it's a thing. Yeah, I'm not gonna like go into detail, but yeah, I do know that's a thing.
Oh, okay. Damn, I hate spoilers. I know something that isn't a spoiler, but it's kind of a spoiler, and I'm upset that I know this, but it's it. Can we talk about the fact that we never saw Lan in this book, like at all? We saw him once at the beginning, and that's it.
Yeah, and then the other time you see him is just in that little dream thing during her testing.
Yeah,
it was so sad. I mean, it was sweet, but it was really sad because after she is done, she's like.
yeah. I could not care less about Nynaeve and Lan. Like, I love them individually, but in the last book, I was like, this came out of nowhere. I don't care. But in this book, the bit that we got, that small bit that we got in the dream, I was like, oh, okay, maybe.
Yeah, I wanted to know more about like how they even fell for each other.
Like, actually, what is she talking about?
What would you rename?
What would you rename it? Staff.
To
capture its essence.
Rand is a whiny crybaby.
Perfect. Yeah, let's change it right now, I think. I think you should like email someone about that.
I think you can do it on Goodreads. I think you have like the
name.
rights. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That makes sense.
Oh, that's so cool.
4 times, that is a lot of time. I don't think I've ever reread any series 4 times in my life, ever. Have you?
Well, the series that shall not be named, I did read a lot. But since then, no, I think the most I've read a series so far is like 3 times.
Yeah, me too. That's wow. Like 14 books, that's amazing. Okay. So cute. Rachel, oh my god.
Are you?
I'm glad. Do you know what? She even got the spelling right. She copied and pasted it from the people. Well done, Rachel.
Rachel's really out here giving us the most.
Honestly,
you should be in this live, Rachel.
Honestly, why the hell is Rachel not here right now? We shouldn't even be talking right now. Rachel should be the only one talking. We're just chatting shit. We don't even know what we're talking about. Oh, yes. Do you know what? I hear a lot of, like, from the Wheel of Time. I mean, I'm not in the stuff, like, the online communities. I feel like Nynaeve is not a favorite. If you guys know, let us know.
You never hear about her.
Yeah. Or the only thing I hear is, like, bad things. I know that maybe the Reddit doesn't like Egwene. I think that's the thing. I could be wrong about that.
Well, it makes me wonder if like something happens with their characters that, just like how with Matt, people love Matt. It makes me wonder what's going to happen with their character. That's the only thing about like getting into a series that's really loved by so many people, and there's so many people who like stan different characters or talk about different characters, is I feel like it makes me think constantly like, oh no, something will happen with this character that I love. But I mean, the one good thing is that most people love Moraine, and I've loved Moraine since the beginning, and I wish that in this book we got more from her.
Yeah.
But I do think that her like not being in this book allowed for us to get to know Egwene and Nynaeve and like the whole Aes Sedai and how their hierarchy and all that stuff.
It was beautiful. Like that part was, all the women's parts were all 5 out of 5. Easily. All amazing.
Yeah.
And with Moraine, I don't know how this makes sense, but even though we got such a tiny bit, like in the last book, I didn't have any strong feelings towards any of the characters, honestly. Like I had ideas of who I preferred and stuff, but I wasn't attached to anyone. But in the small bit of Moraine we got at the beginning of this book, she became a favorite, like very quickly. She's amazing.
Okay, so you get it.
Yeah.
Like it's a great story. Oh, okay. Well,
okay, cool. So this is her most annoying, and we love her, so she's always going to get better from here. Wait, the Sean Chan character? Which one? Or characters in general? I know. Do you know, I think I did that with a One Piece character once, and I never typed in anyone's name ever again in Google. Like never.
I refuse to even like look up anything, especially because on Wikipedia, you know how like they'll have the Wikipedia or whatever things, and it'll tell you when a character is deceased.
Yeah.
And you're like,
you can't do that. Like I have learned my lesson. The thing is, I'm so scared of spoilers. Like I'm so dramatic about spoilers that people can tell me like a certain character. They can talk about a character, and I'm like, why are you talking about this character? They could be dead. They could have died. Why would you tell me that this person's alive? Basically, I'm very dramatic about spoilers, but
I'm not as like dramatic about spoilers anymore. I think before I was, but I think I've been spoiled so many times that I let it go now. But you know, character art is the #1 spoiler of all time.
1,000,000%. Like, do you know the character with the Wheel of Time? I will not Google anyone to the point where the casting is my character art. Like, I don't need character art. I have the casting. That's all I'm willing to Google, to be honest. She's a psycho. Do you know, all of you guys who enjoy spoilers are crazy, I think. I truly believe that you get help, all of you. Is that a future book?
Probably. I can't remember all the names of the books, to be honest.
No, surely that's not a name of a book. Hero of Horns. I don't think that's.
I was gonna look it up, and then I was like, no.
Who's being put on? Clearly, do you know what? I'm loving how many people in here have no idea what we're talking about. Do you know what
we read this?
Yeah, might let us know. I have a feeling that they haven't.
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
Hi. Yeah. Also, don't ever tweet anything about Wheel of Time. Just don't do that. Don't do that. I learned my lesson.
Oh my god. People are hardcore, honestly. They do smart.
And I mean, personally, it was mild.
Yeah. Huh? Oh, interesting. Okay. Do you know who my compendium is? Do you know, I mean, I haven't used it for this book, but when I was reading Eye of the World, I was on Rhythma's Discord and I was like asking them questions.
I keep forgetting to join that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm bad at Discord though, so I literally like, the only time I went on was to talk about the book. But other than that, I don't have Discord. Like, I genuinely don't understand it.
Yeah, I'm really bad at remembering that I have Discord. Like, even for the Studio Ghibli readathon,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, I need to go in there and talk and
Yeah.
see everything, and I'm like, I'm overwhelmed.
Literally same, and I just hop off and don't come back for days. Like, I only use it on my laptop. Best believe I can't download the app because
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense. But they were so amazing because I had so many questions when I was finishing Eye of the World, like theories and stuff. I was like, oh my god, wait, this, that, that, and then they were like, Raffo, like read and find out because some questions, you know.
Oh, okay.
That was cool.
Wait, sorry, back to the compendium. I don't know if you can copy and paste the links in here, but if you can, could you possibly copy it in here?
Yes, please, Curtis. That would be very helpful. I didn't even think of that. Period.
Thank you.
That's very specific, but I understand it. Like, it makes sense.
It makes perfect sense.
Rachel said it
too. See, I didn't really, I mean, Nynaeve, yes, I get being kind of annoying in the first book. And I mean, I was sort of suspicious of her. So that was my thing with her. But I've loved Egwene since the beginning. I don't really think she's annoying.
Yeah, I don't know what, like, exactly. With Nynaeve, I understand what she's doing wrong. I love her nonetheless. But with Egwene, what does she do that people, other than her being, if anything, she's the less developed of the female characters,
right?
Compared to the other two.
I get the sentiment that this person's saying with Egwene, I could take or leave, because I do understand that, like, she's not really that developed at this point. So, like, if she's in the story or not, it doesn't necessarily change much. But I think she's annoying.
Yeah, that was me with the guy characters. No, you shouldn't have done that, Rachel.
I think that was the book they just read for the Whiners.
Oh, that is horrible. Yeah.
That's the thing. Go on.
No, go on.
Oh, I just feel like the women are so strong in here. But that's kind of a cool, when you really think about it, from, like, if you take away the fact that some of the men in here are pretty annoying little babies. If you take away that fact and you just look at it from a perspective of, like, how people act and how they support each other, I do think it's really interesting that Jordan has made a choice to make all of the women characters really, really strong, and the ones who kind of solve the problems in here. Because I think that that's, in most, especially adult fantasy, that's very opposite. Women are usually damsels in distress, that whole trope. And I feel like Jordan really kind of flipped that.
And he made, like, the thing is, I feel like it could have fallen into the issue of becoming repetitive, like the same similar kind of characters, but I feel like they're all very strong in very different ways. Like, Moiraine is the strongest, but she's so quiet, and, like, with her, she's just like a calm kind of, like, cool, I don't know, she's amazing. And then Nynaeve is very grumpy, and, you know, but she's also, like, I feel like they all have different vibes.
Yes.
They're very, like, different in their strength.
I 100% agree. I especially think that, like, you were saying with Moiraine, where she is the problem solver, but she's not somebody who's, like, in your face, is going to tell you what to do. She's going to watch you kind of do, and then it swoop in the end and be like, you're dumb, but I'm fixing it.
Exactly. To her power. Do you know, with Rand, he was thinking about her the whole time. She wasn't even here. He was like, what's Moraine's trying to make me do this. Moraine's trying to make me do this.
He's so obsessed.
Obsessed with her. I mean, can you blame him? I'm thinking about Moiraine all the time too.
Yeah, me too.
Do you know that scene? Okay, I don't pink tab. Like, I knew I wasn't going to pink tab in this book because there wasn't, like, any moments. But there was that. Do you know that time where Nynaeve they're trying to sneak in, and they have to save Egwene, and then they have the thing, right? And they find that woman, and then and then she was almost going to make Elaine, right? That was the plan, to make Elaine, put her in the collar so she could pretend to be alive. But when she made the choice to not put Elaine in the thing, regardless of the consequences, she was like, no, I'm not doing it. And I was just like, it's so cool. And then she put the other woman in it, and that was savage, but I loved it. It was beautiful.
Oh, sorry. I just saw that Ronnie is leaving. So bye.
Oh.
I think it's further down in the comments.
Oh, okay. It's nice having you. Thank you. Okay, I don't know where we were.
Oh,
Oh, thank you. Oh wait, I think
yeah, that's where we were.
Okay. Oh, this one. Yeah, like their whole personality is the fact that they're strong, and it's like, yeah. Interesting. Oh, I don't think it's. I think maybe they sent. If you sent the link, we can't see it. If maybe it's further down.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't sure if you could put links in here or not.
If you maybe have social media, maybe send it to one of us, possibly.
What?
I have no idea. Well, I mean,
Wheel of Time characters.
no spoilers. I'm scared to type that, but Steph, if you find it,
I'll send it to you. No spoilers.
bye, Ronnie.
The compendium of Wheel of Time characters. Oh yeah, Caltech. Okay, I found it. Thank you. I'll send it to you, Yasmin.
Okay, cool. Oh wait, I have a list. Let me take my list out because. Okay, Tom Marilyn.
Right.
He back and he's with someone who was old. Okay, so first of all, the fact that he was with someone who was what? She was like Rand's age, maybe younger, same age as Rand. That was weird, first of all. But Tom's back. I didn't think he was dead anyway. I don't think anyone.
Yeah. I was telling Yasmin before we went live, we kind of mentioned things that we wanted to talk about, and we mentioned Tom. And I was telling her that I think, well, I don't know this for a fact, but the way that his last perspective ended, I'm curious if he's going to have like a villain arc almost.
Because of the fact that he saw his girlfriend dead. That, oh my god, do you know when that shocked me? I was literally like, oh, when he walked into the room and he thought she was sleeping, he was like, what are you doing? And then
yeah, but you said it too, like that whole thing felt really random, and that's why in my mind I feel like there has to be something else to it, especially how these books usually are, because Tom's whole thing, like, you thought he was dead and then he wasn't, and he came back and Rand is asking him for help and he's being kind of an ass about it a little bit.
Yeah.
And then like he has this random girlfriend that's really young and then suddenly she's dead, and so I just feel like he's gonna have some sort of arc.
The thing is, right, if you think about it, it's kind of Rand's fault that his girlfriend's dead. Because they thought I thought that was really stupid. Okay, first of all, with Tom, I understand why he doesn't want to help him. Because literally last time he got sucked in and almost died. Why would Rand expect him to, like, why would Rand even ask him, honestly? But then, do you know that scene where he goes to Tom, who's playing it, in the middle of everyone? I just thought that was so stupid. Like, why would you do that?
That's the thing about Rand, is he just has no tact. Like, he doesn't understand at all. Like, maybe you shouldn't, especially because he's the fucking Dragon Reborn. And sometimes I'm like, why are we giving this boy this responsibility?
At this point, just give it to me. Because if anyone could do it, clearly I could do it too. Why can't I be the Dragon Reborn? Like, give me one reason. Because Rand is out here being stupid. Like, I'm stupid too. Give it to me. I don't understand that.
I just he's ruthless.
Oh, any theories? Okay, wait. I think I had a theory.
Like, sorry, I love Kurt. There's a dragon, and it'll be reborn.
I think you're up to. I think you're onto something.
I think you're onto something.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah,
his casting. His casting.
Watch Game of Thrones. Like, you didn't watch it?
I did watch it.
Oh, there's a character. I'm always forgetting his name, but it's the bald guy with like a gray beard.
Yeah, the bald guy. Oh yeah. Wait, is that what you were imagining?
That's who I picture as Tom.
Oh wow. Okay. I didn't imagine him bald, but I see that. I think I was. Yeah, I see that. This is Tom Marilyn. You're right. He is a dill. What? He's fine.
Hello.
Like, he's hot for Tom.
Yeah, I don't like.
Nah.
I don't like Tom, but I could like that Tom.
I could like that Tom. Yeah. Wow. That's not what I expected. Maybe. Yeah. He better not be. I swear to God. In Dragon Reborn, if he's still complaining about being in Dragon Reborn, I mean, I understand, but I'm tired. No more. Oh, I had a theory. Okay, here's my theory. So no, it's not really a theory. It's kind of dumb. But do you know that one scene where someone said, I wrote this down, and I said, a man or someone, I think maybe Varian, I don't know, a man and a woman working together were always 10 times stronger as they were apart. So I just think that him, I assume Rand and someone else is going to have like some mad thing, like foreshadowing maybe.
Do you think, okay, so my thing is, I don't think that Egwene and Rand are endgame because I think that they push that in your face way too much.
I hope so. Oh no. Yeah, I don't care for them. So honestly, as in them two being together. Do you think Rand will have any endgame?
He could die. I mean, that's very likely, like that he could die.
Yeah.
Most authors don't. Whoa, why is it green? Did you see that?
Yeah, what is that?
Whoa.
Oh, that is so nice. Thank you.
Oh, that's sweet. Okay, I get it now. Okay. That's really sweet.
Oh, that is so nice. Thank you, Ronnie.
Thank you so much.
Oh, that's so nice. Okay. Yeah, I didn't expect that. What were we saying?
Rand dying. I think that like most authors don't kill their main characters, which Rand is clearly like the chosen one main character.
Yeah.
Well, probably not, but
maybe
I don't think him and Egwene are endgame.
Mm-hmm. So do you think, like, I mean, obviously this is incorrect, but imagine, like, do you know how Lanfear was like, she was like, loose there in his mind. So imagine at the end, like, maybe they always, like, I don't know how to say what I'm thinking, but the fact that they are 10 times stronger together, maybe that's like a thing, like maybe they were a pair or something, and maybe that's what she's trying to do with Rand and control him. Because she was like, some other guy thinks, what was the name? Ishmael. Ishmael thinks he controls things, but I do. Who's Ishmael? Do you know who that is?
I don't remember.
Well, but I thought that was interesting. Oh, that's a good point, Hanan. I forgot about that. Yeah. Interesting. Imagine. I mean, it's not the. Oh my god, I'm obsessed with the Armelin seat. She's cool.
Oh yeah. Especially like the fact that you get her. Not her perspective, but you get a situation with her and Moraine like at the very beginning.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're kind of a bad bitch.
Literally. Oh, that was no.
I was not doing that.
You already got spoiled. You know that. She was reading the book that got spoiled.
No, I didn't do it. She's watching the show and she read. I think it was Disfigured, and they started going off about Game of Thrones and stuff.
So I can't believe that. Imagine being betrayed by a book of all things that isn't even Game of Thrones. Oh hi. That's Tom? Yeah. Keep going. Yeah, he does look like Michael.
That's true.
He's fine. So. Yeah, now that we know Celine, I'm just so ready for that storyline. It's gonna be mad. The show, okay, people are predicting that the show's gonna come out end of this year, so like maybe November or December, but that's not. No one knows that.
Oh right, because they haven't actually announced anything except for the characters, huh?
Yeah, but apparently they're coming up with new editions, and they only do that when there's a show. Like they've already done new editions, but they're doing new editions. So people think that that's bad. See, I don't know. Ronnie is amazing. Oh. No. If that's the case, then that means that Lanfear thinks that she's outsmarted the Dark One. That is some bad bitch behavior. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you, Ronnie. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Do you know the two characters in the prologue of book 1? Luce Theron and someone else who comes in? Is that who Ishmael is?
Let me go look. I've grabbed my book.
Oh, yeah. No, I have it here. Oh,
Also, can we talk about how when I started the series, I went to go buy the first 2 books from the bookstore, and they had this, I guess this novella New Spring or whatever, because it's zero. It says 0 on it. And then, so I got it not thinking, and then I looked it up, and people are like, "You should read it last."
Oh, like, wow. Imagine. Go the last one first. Elan Morin, that's who was mentioned in the... Do you know, oh my god, Steph, please look how on it I was when I first read the first book. Please look. Who is she?
Oh my god.
I wrote out a glossary.
I just have tabs.
Oh, I'm so extra. The tabs, yeah, I have so many tabs. Did you figure out? I mean, I don't think that they're called Ishmael in the first prologue. In the prologue, I don't think they named them Ishmael. Maybe they have a different name. But anyway, that prologue was sick. Ah, did you hear this? That is very interesting. Oh, we didn't speak about Padan Fane. Padan Fane? Anyone?
Anyone?
Padan Fane is a sick character. He annoyed me at the beginning, but he is growing on me. Have you seen his casting as well?
No, I actually haven't looked at any of the casts except for the like main people.
Have you seen the Armin and Seat? I forgot her name. She's a black woman. So
I love that they did. I love that they did that for the casting. Like they
didn't just sprinkle in diversity. They, you know, like the main character is Egwene. She's not white. Nynaeve isn't white. Like you have to see it. Perrin, it's fine.
Moraine also looks just beautiful.
Moraine, yeah, I can't believe they got her to do it.
And as a backstory, but as a book spoilery. Yeah, so I'll probably just save it. Yeah.
Does that mean that wasn't written by Brandon, right?
It says it's written by Robert Jordan. Well, I think the last only 3 books are by Brandon Sanderson, right?
Yeah, he wrote, Brandon wrote book.
Yeah, he wrote the last 3.
3, so 12, 13, 14.
Well, because what I heard when I was doing research, I did limited research because I didn't want to spoil myself. But from what I heard, the last 3 were actually, so Robert Jordan wrote a lot of it, but it was too big to do 1 book. He wanted it to be 1 book, and they ended up breaking it into 3 books.
Yeah. Interesting.
I have a friend who's read all of these, and they were saying that the last 3 are like the most fast paced because of Brandon Sanderson.
Interesting.
I don't know how true that is, but
yeah, I heard that there's like a fight scene that lasts the size of the first Harry Potter book. So yeah, like a war scene or something. So that sounds interesting. Yeah, Padan Fane, he's hinted to be like way bigger than he seemed to be at the beginning.
Yeah.
Because something went wrong when the Dark One touched him, and then they tried to do something to him in Mordeth or something, Mordeth. And then he got, I don't know, but the fact that he killed the Murdral. He killed, that was sick. That was crazy. Okay. I don't know any of the names, but
yeah, I have it at the back of my book. It has all of the...
He seemed like such a backup dancer at the beginning. Oh. Yeah, Padang Faye needs help. The thing is, right, he was always weird, but now he's weird and he's strong. So that's a good.
The next book is called The Dragon Reborn.
Yeah, what's the one after that? The fourth one.
The fourth one's called The Shadow Rising.
Apparently, that's the make or break one. Like, if you're not obsessed with the series by then, you should just let it go. That's what I have.
Oh, so that's where we're reading to, is what we're.
If we hate book 3, I say we let it go. Yeah. Wait. Let's start to wrap it up. Anything else we wanted to mention? Ingtar was a dark friend all along, but then he tried to redeem himself. Interesting. Yeah.
So what are your theories for the next book? What do you think will happen in the next book?
Okay, so Egwene, I think we're gonna see more of her dreamer thing.
Okay.
I 100% see that. I never watched I Care a Lot, but I can see them two getting. But yeah, what do you think?
Didn't I tell you, wouldn't it be a better book if Nynaeve and Egwene just got together?
Oh, okay. I think that too. But then also big sister vibes. But also maybe you never know.
I mean, obviously, I think this is going to be the book where Rand starts to realize how important his role is and that he can't just keep being a big fat baby.
Yes. Otherwise, I will fight Rand. I will hop into the book and I'll fight him with my own.
Get him. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's going to be really important for him to figure out who his father is. And I say that only because, or his parents rather, because how much it was mentioned in this book about him thinking how his dad isn't his actual dad.
Yeah. So, even in the first book, they were mentioning that a lot.
Yeah. So, I mean, now that he knows that it's not his dad, I'm curious if he's going to try this next book, especially with this new role, to figure out who his parents are.
Yeah.
I do wonder if they'll ever go back to the Two Rivers to like see his dad, because
when are we going to go back? I mean, probably not anytime soon. The thing is, I don't believe anything that they hint at, because at the end of book 1, they hinted that what's his name, Rand was going to leave, go on his own adventure, maybe find or whatever, and he lingered in the thing for like another 100 pages. Like, leave, Rand.
Yeah, it made it seem like he was just going to have his own separate thing, and he was still just with everybody.
Yeah. Also, with Matt, I feel like it's getting hinted at that he's going to be bad because of the dagger, but maybe like that's too obvious, so maybe that won't happen. Like, maybe he's going to be a big shot. I mean, he is, because he's Taviran, but also potential. I mean, not potential, but obviously, do you know those seals, the Dark One seals that are holding his prison? 3 of them have broken now.
Yeah.
So I'll assume that the next 2 are gonna. I mean, the next 4 are gonna break in the next. Do you think by book 4 that they're all gonna break and he's gonna go?
That's probably, yeah. I mean, that's the thing that I'm interested about this series, is that the Dark One has been a huge part of it from the beginning, right? Not only in just the way that they talk about him, but also the fact that like he has spoken directly to Rand. He knows who Rand is. He's aware that he is the Dragon Reborn. I wonder if the whole thing with the Dark One is going to come faster than I'm expecting, and that there's going to be something else that is to the rest of this book.
I really think that's going to happen, because now the Dark One has been pat twice now in a row. In the first book, he got, I don't remember what that trippy end scene was, but he got his cord cut or something. In the second book, he got pat by Rand in the sky. What happened in the sky, right? But anyway, so clearly I feel like Ba'alzamon, there has to be more to it. Like, that he can't be the end game of a 13-book series. Surely.
So it makes me wonder if, because it's never really talked about, like, why does he take on other forms? Like, you know how Rand obviously is
the Dragon
reborn, whatever, it's a reincarnation type thing. Does that happen to the Dark One? And would that happen in Rand's lifetime? Like, even if, say, the 4th book, he has that final encounter with the Dark One, whatever, they beat him, if that's how it goes. Like, would there be another reincarnation of that? Because that's how.
I assumed that each age has one.
Yeah.
So like this. So you think that we're gonna finish this age and go into a new one?
Possibly.
That would be crazy because then that means everyone has to get born again and everyone would be new people.
Yeah, but I guess that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that would be what. That would be the big, like, so wild.
But I just feel like the dark one thing is being thrown in your face a lot. Like, it's
100%.
obvious the conflict, so it makes me wonder if that's even like
Yeah.
gonna last.
That's why it gets me a bit hyped when Lanfear was like, if she was like talking about the dark one being, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna learn more about his backstory, obviously. But
yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm. So I hope we learn about that, but I'm not holding my breath for it because we didn't see Elias at all in this book.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Do you know the moment in book 1 where he got that dagger? That's the moment I wanted to slap him. Like, I wanted to. Who told you? They told you not to take anything, and yet you took the dagger. Why?
Matt the whole time has always been
stupid. Yeah. It's
Darian.
That's a good question, Rachel. Thank you. Wait, the Seanchan were a group of people, right? Like an ethnicity or a nation, right?
I thought
they sound like demons. The way you, I mean, did I miss something? Oh, yeah. So what was it? The seals? The guy, the bald guy with the nails, he had 2. Yeah. And I assume that's where Maureen got it from. Yeah. I don't know about the Empress. The Empress seemed interesting. I think we're gonna get more of her. That was the one that was in the Palin thing. Yeah, he doesn't even in book 2. He doesn't even have a plot. Yeah, and he has like obviously in the next book. Now that the 3 are broken, he's going to be even stronger. I don't know what did Rand do to him.
Well, it's just like in the first book, they have like a fight, right? So Rand and him are in the sky fighting. People have seen. That's why he had to acknowledge that he's the Dragon Reborn.
Yeah.
But there's never great detail of what's happening because it always seems like it's kind of from every time you get those fight scenes, it's from Rand's perspective and he can't remember what's happening, which is why I think in my mind, I thought that it was more than just him being reincarnated into the Dragon Reborn, that somebody was like possessing and taking over his body because he can't remember those fights. But yeah, I think that's why I thought that.
Okay. Yeah, I think something's going to go down in the world. Like in the world, something's going to happen. Yeah, I think you're onto something, Darren.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know what? The Black Adder, the fact that, do you know, Leandrin was like, do you know, you never know who could be Black Adder in this tower. And she was Black Adder. Who knows how many of them?
Yeah, did you feel confused, though, about the colors and the rankings and, like...
brown, what, the different, like, green? No, blue. Okay, the only ones I know are blue is Moraine, and I assume those are the best ones. The brown seem really cool, and they're the ones, the intellectuals. And then red are the hunters of the men, so they seem like bad bitches, but also could be evil, you know? What about you? Did you get confused with that?
Yeah, the Black Aja were the ones, that whole thing confused me a little bit. And
the Black Aja are the ones that turn to the Dark One. So they're not like an actual group. They don't say they're Black Aja, but they refer to them as Black Aja.
Okay, that's what I couldn't figure out. Okay.
Yeah, because before they used to pretend that they didn't exist. And then when I think one of the Aes Sedai said Black Aja, and then they were like, what? You recognize them kind of thing, because they've been pretending like it's not going on. Interesting. Which one is Gathering Storm?
Let me look. It is the 11th one, because there's 13 books, right? Or sorry, this has the thing on it. Yeah, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Wait,
7,
which
8,
one is it?
11, 12. It's the 12th one.
Look at this comment.
I'm just saying, it just seems like some of the stuff. It seems weird. It
Interesting.
seems
So you think he's possessed by who? By what?
I don't know. That's where my theories. Well, what I was thinking was that it was the Dragon Reborn. That Brand is not actually like him in and of himself is not the Dragon Reborn. That he is possessed by.
Mm-hmm. He has a voice, doesn't he? In his head, a voice talks to him.
Yeah, that's what my theory was, but I'm not. I don't know. I'm making shit up by this point. Everything is.
I wonder if Wheel of Time fans feel snaky for saying the one that Brandon wrote is their favorite book. Let me know, because I don't know what the situation is. Because that's so weird that Brandon finished off his series. That's wild to me. Like when I first found that out, I was like, whoa! I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
46. Oh, there's like what? Yeah, I've never heard of the 46. Are these like novellas? I have no idea. Oh, you put it on the thing. Okay.
I know he's written other stuff, but I think he wrote it under a different name.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Oh, okay. Oh, so that probably makes sense about the like this. What's it called? Ravens. So this one in the first book, isn't in the original book. It's written.
Oh yeah. So you think that's a separate? What's TDR again? Oh, the Dragon Reborn. Interesting. I love. Wait, Avatar: Last Airbender, right?
I hope it's Avatar: Last Airbender.
If it's Avatar: Last Airbender, I'm ready.
I'm here. I'm ready.
I'm excited. Do you know what? Right? Do you know? At the end of this book, I was so ready to start the next one. Like I don't know what I was thinking, but I was literally like, I want to hop into the next one right now. But then I remembered my amnesia started to wear off, and I remembered how long it took me to read this one.
I felt that way about the last book, though, even though it's the thing that kind of put me in a reading slump because I read it in 3 days. And I
don't know how you did that.
Really liked it, but I was just like overwhelmed with the amount of information, and I could not pick up another fantasy after that. I'm pretty sure that's why I started so many fantasy books after it, and I put them down because I was like, I can't. Yeah. I need something lighter.
The thing is, right, it's not like it was bad. Like, okay, do you know when I read Assassin's Apprentice? There's a bit of a tangent, but when I read Assassin's Apprentice, I found that book so hard to read. Like, I mean, even though I enjoyed the concept and her writing was good, it just, I don't know what it is about the pacing, but the way she writes, it's not the pacing, it's more so the way that it's like more of a summary. She writes in like a summary format kind of thing. And I found that so hard to read. But it wasn't the case for these books, but yet it takes me so long to read it. I don't know.
Yeah. Because I remember reading The Assassin's Apprentice, and because it's a lot shorter than these books, and it took me to get through it because of the writing style, but they're really good. That's what's weird about them. But that's the same thing.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, despite the fact I don't think his writing style is anything like Robin Hobb's.
Yeah.
But it is one of those things that it's probably because I feel like if I go too quickly, I miss things and I get really confused. But it does make me feel better that people on here that are like further into the series still refer to a compendium or like different things to get things straight.
Exactly. That's the thing. Like people will probably read this and don't annotate. So in my head, I'm like, how do you know? Because my memory is like worse than worse, like so bad. So like as soon as I finished reading a book, thank God I finished this book like 2 days ago. Otherwise, I wouldn't have remembered. So I don't know how people manage to keep this all in their heads. The internet wasn't even that big when this series came out. Was it even? When did the internet start? I don't know. Don't ask me. 1990.
I guess it's good that they have like in the back glossaries of things.
Yeah.
When I was reading the first book, I used to look at I tabbed where the glossary was so that I could look at different things because I would forget.
Yeah. Also, I didn't know how to pronounce anything because I was reading the first book. Yeah. But this book, I was doing like audiobook, so I knew how to say everything. But yeah.
I like the narrator.
Oh, it's the same narrators for the Stormlight Archive.
Yeah. I think he also did Mistborn.
Oh, they're so good. They're a married couple as well. They're just so
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Aww.
What are they called? Kate and Michael Kramer. They're so good. They're so talented. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, yeah, okay, so she had to have done Vin then when she did Mistborn. Yeah,
I remember narrated most of it.
Hmm?
Yeah, because there was only one POV in Mistborn, so.
Maybe she didn't. I don't know. I know that he did do Mistborn.
So, yeah. Do you know what? I'm glad that that's a thing because
yeah,
book 2 and we're already confused. So yeah, because I bet like every time you reread, you must get so much information you missed the first time. So it must be like a new experience every time.
I definitely feel like if I make it through this whole series, I would reread it just so that I can see just to make it solidified in my brain, because I feel like even when I get to the end of this, if I do, I'm not gonna remember or have everything straight.
Exactly. Yeah, I bet it'd be so weird rereading it. It's The Great Hunt. Wait, is that what?
I think so. The Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan, that series. Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm so excited for Perrin's arc. I'm excited for all the main characters' arcs. Like, it's gonna be so good.
Especially because like with Egwene coming into her power and like them finding out that she could be a dreamer, and then like with Perrin, he's finally getting into this groove of accepting his wolf brothers, and hopefully get more with that. Like maybe Matt will stab himself with the dagger and just
he will be dead. That would
die. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool. I wouldn't be mad at that. Okay, yeah. I see that. Yeah. Anyway, should we wrap it up?
Sure.
Okay, so yeah, if anyone wait, how do people end these? I don't know what to say.
Just I know we're not 100% sure when we're gonna have the second one, just because I think, did we decide that we should start in July reading it?
Yeah, we're thinking we might read it in July. So if any of you guys are reading along with us, or if you're going to come to the next live show, hopefully it will be sometime in July or after. Yeah.
We'll announce it obviously a little bit before we have it.
Yeah, and it'll be on Rachel's channel.
Yeah, it'll be on Rachel's channel. Let me know.
Like, we're not even going to be there. It's just going to be Rachel.
Googling things.
She'll just be like, it's going to be on Steph's channel. So make sure you subscribe to her. She's amazing, guys. Obviously, you watched this live show, you already saw. Yeah, so next live show, July, maybe August, latest, hopefully, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so we'll keep you updated. Thank you for coming, guys.
Yeah,
I can't believe anyone came. You guys
This was such a fun conversation.
Yeah. Anyway, bye.
Bye.